Imagine an immigrant family. Kids start chatting with their friends like natives within a month, while adults, they struggle with simple pronunciations for weeks. Today we are going deep into the science of how kids and adults learn languages, and most importantly, how you can hack your brain to learn faster. So stick around, because at the end you'll know what science says about language learning, and you'll leave with some techniques that you can start using today. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Ghazal, a pharmacist by degree but a language lover at heart, and in this video I'm going to answer a big question. Do adults really learn slower than kids? Let's find out. The idea that kids learn faster than adults comes from something called critical period hypothesis. Based on this hypothesis, there is a window in childhood up to puberty when language acquisition is most effective. One of the most famous studies was done by Johnson and Newport in 1989. They studied Korean and Chinese immigrants learning English in the US. Those who arrived before age 7 performed almost like native speakers in grammar tests, but after puberty, the scores dropped sharply. So the conclusion was kids are a language sponge while adults not much. Also, there is this rewiring inside our brain. A kid's brain is always rewiring itself, so it's always easier for them to learn sounds and patterns, and we have something called the less is more hypothesis. Kids do not have the patience nor the energy to learn giant grammar rules, so they just pick up chunks of the language and start using them, like go to park, I want pizza, no. That's simple, easy, effective, and most importantly, it works. But as adults, we like to overanalyze and overthink about everything. So, if you're watching this video by the age of 20 or 40, congrats. The big sale is over, but the stores are still open. I mean, that's not the whole story. So let's talk about adults' superpowers. So here is what adults bring to the table. The first one is metacognition. As an adult, you have a strategy, planning, and also you learn from your mistakes. So you're always one step ahead of children. Also, we have motivation. A kid learns because his or her parents want them to learn. But you learn because you want to work or study abroad, or probably for your personal goals, or maybe you want to date someone in Paris. Who knows? And also, we have the knowledge. We know about grammar rules, we can understand them, and also we understand the connection between different languages. We know the similarities, and we can find differences between different languages. So, as an adult, you also have your own superpowers. And the good news is that your brain never stops to grow. A study by Martinson and colleagues in 2012 followed Swedish military students learning new languages intensively. In just a few months, MRI scans showed increased thickness in parts of their brain related to language, and even growth in the hippocampus, an area linked to memory. And in 2021, Nielsen and colleagues studied older adults aged 65 to 75. They also found that even though the brain structure didn't change dramatically, individuals with better memory and larger hippocampi learned vocabulary more effectively. So the simple way to say this is that your brain is like a muscle, and if you want it to be strong and fancy, you have to use the right kind of exercise. And finally, let's talk about the challenges that we will face along the way as an adult language learner, and how to hack our brain to learn faster. So the first problem is the first language interference. As an adult, we are used to our mother tongue language, and we keep applying old rules to new languages. So in order to overcome this challenge, you can learn chunks. Instead of learning 100 words that you should know in French, start to learn 100 phrases that you should know in French. This way you will stop making errors over and over again, and you will sound more natural in your target language. The second problem is pronunciation. It's always harder to get rid of accent when sounds are locked in. So try to record yourself and then compare your recording with a native like a speaker, and then learn the pronunciation more effectively. For example, if you're learning Japanese, you're probably not familiar with the sound su. So you can record yourself and then compare it with a native speaker saying the same sound, and then learn the pronunciation. Because this way, over time, your ear gets used to the right pronunciation. And then the third problem is time. Kids only have school and their homework, and then they have their time to their own. but as an adult, you're probably dealing with laundry, cooking, your work, and even your kids. So we have less time. The best way is to immerse yourself in your target language. You can change the language of your phone to your target language. You can watch films on Netflix with or without subtitles. But if you are a full-time worker, you can watch the other video that I made about busy learners and the FME method. I would put the link in the description. You can watch it and tell me what you thought about it. And then the last problem is overthinking. As an adult, we like to overanalyze ourselves. A kid might say, "I go to park," and everybody would clap. But as an adult, we keep judging ourselves and others. So stop judging other people and stop caring about what other people say about you. And also start to make errors, because by making errors, you start to progress. Make errors, record yourself, and then learn from those errors. This way, you can progress, you can enjoy learning, and you can be successful in learning a new language. And that was it. So here's a takeaway. Do adults learn languages slower than kids? Yes and no. Kids usually win on accent and grammar rules, but adults win on strategies, planning, motivation, and persistence. Also, studies show our brain keep growing and adapting even in old age. So you are not learning slower, you're just learning differently. Before closing this page, tell me in the comments, which languages are you learning right now? And if you've liked this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more language tips. And see you in the next video. Bye!